stitches. See, I told you I didn't want to lose my stitches. Quick, run away. Oh no. There we go, I got them. They're safe. Welcome to Michelle's Fiber Studio podcast. My name is Michelle and I am your host. If this is your first time checking me out, well, I thank you so very much for joining me. And if you're a returning viewer, well, thank you so much for coming back. Today is Monday, August 5th, and this is episode number 17 of the podcast. It's a beautiful sunny day. We had some rain over the weekend and the end of last week was really hot, muggy, and sticky. But it's pretty comfortable right now, mid-70s, sunny, gorgeous, just a beautiful day here in the state of Maine. I have several things that I want to share with you today. I have updates on my projects. I have a new cast on. I have a new acquisition to my yarn shelf. The other thing I wanted to mention at the top before I get going is I am fighting a little bit of a cold. I woke up yesterday with sore throat, was kind of that blah feeling. So if I sound a little nasally, that is why. I feel a bit better today, but I'm still kind of trying to take it easy. We've had it going around in my house. So I'm hoping if I lay low for a couple of days that it will not develop into something greater. Before I dive in though, let's talk about what Marta is wearing. She has my Millie Margaret shawl. This is a pattern by Jennifer Lassonde. And this is one that I knit in July of 2021. It was actually a test knit that I did for Jen. I had a lot of fun knitting it. I love Jen's patterns. She does a lot of side to side shells. So you start on one end and then you work across. So you never have a huge number of stitches. If I take it off, you can see that's the width. That's the max width right there. Yeah, you can see the whole thing there. So it's got this fun kind of texture on the in the middle and garter. She does a nice I-cord edging on her patterns. So I used two different yarns here. One I got from Knitwit, which is a yarn store in Portland. This is their own dye. It's main yarn is the line. And the colorway is OOB, and it's this really fun, multicolored pinks, purples. OOB is the colloquial name of a beach that we have here in the state of Maine that is a very popular tourist destination. So I think it really picks up like the colors of a beach, sunset or sunrise kind of a thing. So that's a fun one. And then the teal in the middle is some leftover yarn. I kind of wanted to add a little something in the middle. And that is from Wonderland Yarns. It is their Mad Hatter, and the colorway is Sleeping Griffin. That was left over from a big project that I had done the year prior. So I had that kicking around, and I actually used up all the rest of it, so it was perfect. And I think I used all of my main yarn too. So great little project, fun one to wear. One that I reach for quite regularly, actually. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Project bag, I have 4 projects that I'm going to talk about. I think I'm going to probably go right in order that I have them on my show notes here. So we'll start with my Longline Cardigan. I did spend some time with that this week. And it still is kind of hard to pick out what it looks like or where we're headed with this. This, again, is the Longline Cardigans by Locatelli. So I'm currently working on the front. So this part right here is I don't know if it was the right front, I don't remember, but it's a front piece. And then the rest of this is collar and some of the back stitches. So I think it's something like this, but it's a nice little ribbed pattern. But I'm at a point here where it's going, I got to do like 6.5 inches in this segment here. So it's just going to be a matter of going back and forth. It's over like, I don't know, 60 something stitches. So it's pretty short. So hopefully it won't take me too long and I can get some more work done on that. The yarn that I am using is from Regia. This is what it looks like. And it is, I do have a tag. Yeah, there we go. So it's the Regia Bamboo, and it's a wool bamboo nylon blend. It's fingering weight yarn that I've had in my stash since 2020, so I'm excited to get this knit up into a project. Hopefully, I've talked a lot about my hope that I actually have enough yarn, because yeah, I really probably don't, but we're gonna see what happens. Living a little dangerously. Again, I don't want to make it as long as it, or I don't need it as long as it's written, and my sleeves are definitely not going to be as long, because I have short arms and I tend to cut my sleeves down. So that is where that one's at. Not a ton different from where I was last week, but some progress anyway, right? Slow and steady wins the race. So next, oh, Tika's coming by every so often. I'm sure you guys hear the little click, click, click of my dogs as they walk around. Sorry about that. All right, I have gotten a fair bit of this one done. I think, where's my marker? Yeah, I was way down here. So I got all of this done last week. This is my Right Stuff shawl. No. Nothing going on. You're all set. Go lay down. My Right Stuff shawl by Bristol Ivy. And these are yarns that I picked up at the Fiber Frolic in June. That happens here in Maine. And I have two different colors. Obviously, you can see two colors there, right? This one here is Killing the Blues. It is Eastport, a merino silk. And this one here is Echo Lake, and it's their pemmican line, which is 100% merino. And this yarn came from the main yarn. One lupin is the other, so here's the other side of the tag, so you can see that. That's the pemmican and the Eastport. So yeah, I'm making pretty good and steady progress with this one. I'm really enjoying these little cluster stitches. Boy, did they give me a run when I was first figuring out this pattern. I must have been tired or something, got in my head how it needed to happen. But you've got these, come on, there we go. Fun little cluster stitches all the way through it. But now that I've got them figured out, I love it, love it, love it. To be frank, I am not sure how I feel about these two colors together. I don't know that there's enough contrast. I think that's what my feeling is. I don't know, what do you think? I mean, it's okay, it's not terrible. I'm gonna keep going, and I think it's gonna make a different kind of a shawl, I guess. But I'm not sure how I feel about the two colors together, because they are both medium tones. So it's just gonna have a kind of a different look, but I mean, they match. The green is definitely, you can see the green and the reds, they kind of play off of each other, but maybe not something that I would pick again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when it's all done. So that is the Right Stuff. The next project I did cast on my Flirty. Remember, I was all giddy with this yarn when I when I got it last week and was showing it off. So I got a fair amount. This one probably I worked on the most this week. And it's another one, so you got the center. It's asymmetrical in that there are fewer stitches on this side than there are on this side. I gotta be careful, I don't want to lose them, but see how many there are. And I'm not quite sure, I don't think I've ever done a shawl that didn't have the same number of stitches on either side. I don't know, but it's in a simple repeat pattern right now. This is just the first color. I have a couple more, I think I have one more section of this stockinette with the garter, and then I have another repeat of the lace. And I think in the repeat of the lace is when I will add my second color, if I'm remembering off the top of my head. But, ooh, stitches, see, I told you I didn't want to lose my stitches. Quick, run away, oh no. There we go, I got them, they're safe. So Flirty is by Hilary Latimer. The yarn is from Miss Babs. It's her Yummy 2-ply toes. And it was a kit that I got, 4 different colors. I didn't put them in my notes, but I actually have them on that other piece here. So let's pull them out so you can see. That's the Snowdrift is this one here. And there's another one, and then the other 2. So I've got Mountain Meadow, Tropical Sunset, Paw Prints, and Snowdrift. And I don't remember which is which off the top of my head, but it's gonna be super fun, neutral project. I'm super excited to have this one in my wardrobe and having fun knitting it right now. So that is Flirty. Told you I wasn't gonna be able to wait to cast that on. And I didn't, which means I have 2 shells on the needles again, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, the last project I'm gonna take out, I actually got a lot done on, and it's my Boxy. Look at this. So I know you can't even see, it's so big, right? So wide. I currently have it on Try It On tubing because I got to the end of my first ball, and I decided it was a good opportunity to, okay, let's show you the right side, not the wrong side, huh? Good opportunity to put it on the Try It On tubing. So I just measured it, and I'm fiddling with the stitch counts because of what my gauge is, and the yarn that I'm using is a sport, not a fingering, I think is what it is written for. And I don't want it to be too oversized. So I think it's coming out about where I would want it to be. I'm trying to stand on tiptoes so you guys can see that. But when I measured it, I think I was shooting for about a 58-inch circumference, and it's actually measuring at about 52, but I haven't blocked it. And when I looked back at my notes, I do have a note that one of my swatches, or when I had knit it and then blocked what I had initially cast on, it just relaxed a ton. So what I really probably should do while I have it on Try It On tubing is block it again and see what happens. But that said, I think I like the width anyway. I didn't want a hugely oversized sweater to begin with. So regardless, I'm probably going to keep going with the way it is. I had an all-day meeting on Saturday, and I got a ton done. Where's my stitch marker? So yeah, I like doubled the amount that I had here. Cover up my face. There we go. So I got like, I don't know, 3.5 inches. Yeah, that's what I had before. I got a little bit done earlier in the week. I had breakfast with a friend and coffee with a different friend, and so I got a little bit done during those, but the bulk of what I just did there, or what is done here, happened during that meeting on Saturday. So that was pretty cool. My arm's not happy with me because I was knitting for 6 hours. I stopped occasionally, but probably not as much as I should have. We'll be honest. So anyway, that's my Boxy. I'm excited to have a really good amount of progress done. I measured it, and I want to say it was about 7 inches is what I have done, and I need 16. So I'm still not even halfway quite where that needs to be before I start needing to figure out what I'm going to do with the armholes and the sleeves and the top and all of that, which is probably going to take some finagling, but I've got a little ways to go. So yeah, that's my Boxy. On my yarn shelf today, I want to share, I got my latest Yarnables yarn, so from Hypnotic yarns. So I'm going to show that, and I'll show the goodies too. Actually, I got it in my basket next to me. So if you have not yet received or opened your August Yarnables yarn, you might want to look away for a minute. Okay, consider that your spoiler warning. So this one I absolutely love. Oh my gosh, how much fun is this? It is Neon Graffiti is the colorway name, and this is begging, positively begging to be socks. So I am pretty confident. I don't really have any socks going right now, so I think I'm gonna wind this up and I'm gonna get it on the needles so I have some socks going, because that's always a really good go-to if I need something simple to work on. Of course my Boxy, but it's kind of big, so if I want something a little smaller, socks is the deal. So that's, I think these would just make such fun socks. So I thought I'd show you kind of the other goodies that I got in the basket or in the box this time too. You always get a little card that explains what is in the kit, and then there was this ruler which is heat sensitive. So if I hold it, is it gonna show? Oh, it's not gonna do it now, is it? But when you hold it, it turns purple. There we go. See some of the color right there? Yeah. So kind of fun. It is neon what? Neon graffiti? Yeah. So kind of bunch of neon stuff. The other thing I got was this Mosquito itch relief patch, which when I came home from camping a week and a half ago, I'm pretty sure it was ant bites. I don't think it was mosquitoes. All over my knees, all over my heels, I mean. Could have used this. Unfortunately, I didn't get it for a couple of days. And then the last thing is this little zipper pull. Isn't that the cutest? It's a little rubber duck. It is made by Yarnables yarn to include, but this little ducky. So that's what's in this kit this time. It always comes in this fun little zipper bag. So I've got these all over the place now. They're great for little extra notions. I have one in my tote bag that has like a pen and my hand cream and tissues and things like that. So it just kind of keeps it all contained in my tote bag. So they're great little zippy bags. So Yarnables is a monthly yarn subscription. They only open every so often. I believe they opened like last week, but it was only for a couple of days. But if it's something that you think that you would like, you can definitely go and put your name on the waiting list, and the next time that they open up, they will be sure to let you know so that you can get in on that mailing. You can do either fingering weight yarn or I believe sport weight yarn. You can do 1 skein or 2 skeins. So I choose the single skein of fingering weight yarn, and I've talked a lot about how I just love it. It's something fun for myself every month, but I love having this different colors of yarn that I probably wouldn't have bought. Like, I don't know if I'd have seen this at a yarn store or a fiber festival or something, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of fun, but would I have bought it? No, probably not. But am I gonna have fun working it up? You bet I will. So that's kind of the what I'm enjoying about the Yarnables subscription. Is it is helping me to expand my color palette within my yarn shelf, because we all know that we are creatures of habit and we gravitate towards the same things all the time, right? So that is what is new on my yarn shelf. Today's random knitting fact relates to the sheep to shawl or sheep to sweater contests. I don't know if you've seen those. If you've gone to any festivals ever, you've probably seen or heard of these. And the fastest hand knitted sheep to jumper or sweater item was made in 4 hours, 45 minutes and 53 seconds. By a team in Swalmen, Netherlands in 2017. 4 hours, 45 minutes, and 53 seconds. Now, if you're not familiar with a sheep to sweater contest, my understanding, and I haven't done a ton of research, is that they have the wool that has been washed and I believe prepped, but they spin it and knit it all within, that's the contest. That's the sheep part, having the fleece, having it spun, and then having it knit. I think it's already prepped. I don't think like the carding or the combing or however you would be prepping it. I don't think that's part of the deal, but it could be. Again, honestly, I've never really looked into it. But regardless, 4 hours and 45 minutes. from spinning to a finished sweater. And consider that they can't even start knitting it until the yarn is made. So I can't even fathom how that would work, like the logistics of it. How many people you would have to have doing that, how fast they have to be processing this yarn and then knitting this yarn to end up with a whole sweater in 4 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know, but kind of fun. This fun fact came from the Simple Things website. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to Google it, see if there's a video somewhere of this process that we can look up a little bit further. But I think I am more of the slow and steady wins the race kind of mentality. I'm not in a hurry. I will get there eventually. All right, in this week's day to day, I had a very social week last week. I think because I recorded on Monday last week, I had already mentioned that Monday morning I had breakfast with a friend, while on Thursday I had breakfast with a different friend, and then on Friday I had coffee with a third friend. So it was a very, very social week, good opportunity to get out and see some people over the summer. I've been kind of laying low, and outside of my trip to New York and my camping trip, I haven't been doing a whole lot. So it was nice to get together with some friends and see them. I tried on Thursday to go to the track meet for my nieces, and it was just so hot. It was so hot and humid. It was the humidity. It wasn't even the heat, it was the humidity. And I got there, I couldn't get there right away because I had breakfast with my friend. And so by the time I got there, they had been going for a little over an hour, hour and a half, and I missed a bunch of the events that the girls were in. And I happened to like just hit the gap where they had done a bunch of events, they had a gap, and then they were going to be doing some more events. And I waited and stayed there for almost an hour visiting with my sister-in-law, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I can stay. It's just too hot and sticky. She's like, it's okay, Michelle, you go. She says, I wouldn't be staying if I didn't have to either. So I bailed. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see them compete in anything, but I did the week before, so that was fine. And it was just in the next town over, so at least I didn't have to drive too far. On Saturday, I had a board meeting. I am on the board of directors for Maine Odyssey of the Mind, and we had our annual summer meeting. And that's where I got all of that knitting done on the Boxy. So it's a good chance for us to look back at the previous season and then start planning forward for the next season. And it's just a great group of people. I really, really enjoy being on the board. If you're unfamiliar with Odyssey of the Mind, it is a STEM-based problem-solving opportunity for kids. That's probably the elevator speech version that I can give you. But the short of it is there's 5 different problems that kids can choose. They come up with, there's all kinds of metrics that they have to solve, or their solution has to hit on. So they create this solution, which also has an acting component, a drama component, and then they present it at the tournament in end of March, beginning of April. And then if they win that, or the top 3 in each grouping, are then invited to go to the Worlds, which is where I had gone to Iowa. When I went to Iowa, I went to the Worlds and compete again and present that again. So anyway, it's a great thing for kids, a great group of people that I work with to put on this tournament for our main contingent. And it was good. It was rainy in the morning, and then the sun ended up coming out, so it was not a bad way to spend kind of a rainy day. And then yesterday, again, like I said, I woke up with an awful sore throat and I just laid low. I didn't do hardly anything all day long. I napped like half the day, I think. So I am feeling a little better today. I'm just hoping that it doesn't move from here in my glands to anywhere else in my head. I have too much going on this week. I can't be sick. So I'm trying to take it slow again today and quiet, and got some knitting on my docket, right? Yeah, that's what we can do when we're not feeling super well. So, all right, that is all that I have for today. I thank you so very much for listening. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to the channel so that you'll know when I post new things. I will have links to all of the projects down below in my show notes. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Knittin Michelle, KNITTINMICHELLE. Or please feel free to email me at michellesfiberstudio@gmail.com. With that, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week and happy knitting.